Sue, continuing our coverage tonight on the passing of West Michigan businessman and philanthropist Peter Cook. His death touching many in the West Michigan community. Among them, Don Lubbers, President Emeritus at Grand Valley State University, a longtime Cook family friend. Don, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it.
Nice to be here.
You said you knew Peter Cook for well over 40 years since coming back to Michigan in the late 1960s. Sum up his legacy for us here. And I noticed one of the threads, so much conversation today has been talking about his philanthropy, but there was a common thread through that philanthropy, and it had to do with education.
Yes, it did have to do with education, but Peter didn't become generous, he was born generous. And when he had wealth, that just gave him a chance to express that generosity. And he always wanted to help people, and young people, really engaged in doing that, and education was the way to do that. And he gave a preschool education, K through 12 education, all of the colleges and universities around here, I don't know what other ones, but around here. And whenever we had some campaign to change Grand Valley for the better, he was always there, always stepped up. Right from the very beginning, before I even came here and knew him, he was doing that for Grand Valley. And he did it for Hope and Aquinas and Calvin and Davenport. And he always appreciated his education at Davenport. He talked about that often. That gave him a real step forward. So yes. He was unusual.
He never forgot his roots, where he came from, even after amassing that enormous wealth. It was one of the things that kind of made him tick.
He was West Michigan, Grand Rapids, through and through. He never even aspired to be anything but that. And he wanted to give to that, and he wanted to see that this region grew and prospered, and the people here prospered. One thing that not everybody knows, he not only was generous in giving his money to causes, he was a great investor. Young people who wanted to do something and needed capital, Peter was there. If you ever did an investigation about how many people he helped through investing in their entrepreneurial work, I think it would amaze you, amaze all of us. But that's what he did.
Yeah.
And even when he was older, he was 90 years old, he'd make investments with people where he couldn't possibly realize anything from the investment. He knew that, but he wanted to help them. So that was another way he was helpful and useful to people in the community.
Special guy, absolutely.
Very special guy.
Don Lubbers, thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it.